I'm live. There you go. All right. Good morning, everybody. Here, if you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead about 12, 13 minutes as I get things set up here for the radio station side. Do a countdown, get our audio levels tested here, and get ready to go. Okay. What did you send today? Say. Good one. Morning, Waylon. Mike, good morning. Wayne, good morning. Yeah, thanks for the message here, Jay. Hey, good morning, Dave. Karen, good morning to you. Everybody's getting revved up here, huh? Let's get this ready to go. Make sure we're good. We're ready. Ready, Freddy. Dead Wolf, good morning. Should be a beauty day today. Should be a beauty. Let's see here. What do we got? One Shot Cap, good morning. Today's high temp is what? 70 degrees. Good enough. Shit, next week's going to be windy, huh? Well, 70 and light winds, good deal. Tomorrow, 65 and light winds. Okay. Nice. Nice. All right, let's see what the timing is here. Got time to take my old morning juice. Yuck. Pheasant and deer running all over. Got a few deer coming back around this area finally. All right, stations. 8 o'clock Central Time for you. 8 o'clock. Coming up on Mark. There's the difference. There is the difference. All right. Where is Jamie? I don't have your number memorized here. There.
Yo.
Hey.
Yeah. I was just looking at your YouTube channel. I didn't see you were on there yet.
I should be. I should be now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I got a few people anyway watching. Did Gene Cox, perhaps I am better at spelling contents. JD should get the reference. Spelling contests. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell's that mean?
Ike Clanton. I don't know. Let's have a spelling contest.
Oh.
I got it right away.
Okay. So we got a No Kings rally in Bismarck, so I hear, huh? Dead Wolf Resistance.
Oh, really?
Is there?
That's what. So, if we had a king, Scott, do you think a king allows people to go in the streets and protest them?
I hear
no.
you. I call
it a no brains rally.
I got something for the show. We can start out talking about this because
Okay.
I witnessed something that it's funny. It is funny. I had a little discussion with a rally goers in Rapid City one morning.
Nice. All right, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What do you got going this morning?
Oh, I need you to look up here the best tactical lever action rifles. And there should be a website, recoilweb.com, that has the top 5. I've wanted to look at these here for a while, and I know Gene Cox is listening. We'll get his opinion on what he thinks about the new style tactical lever actions.
Recoilweb.com, huh? Okay. Oh, this is the guy who won, Ian. He won the Top Shot there the first year they had
Yeah.
All right,
I haven't watched that in a while. I see they're running some reruns on it now.
Yeah, I know. And then I see it, and I get, I got to sit down. It's like watching. Oh, Gene was talking about Tombstone. I see Tombstone come on. I usually get hooked into sitting there and watching that too.
I can't believe you like Tombstone. That was like the first original gun control.
I know. When he goes, hey, nobody says you can't have a gun. You just can't have them in town. I know. That part pissed me off. I will admit that. Marty says that too to me. Something. Wyatt Earp is a gun control. Yeah, I know. I got you. Oh, I got on Rico. I see Smith & Wesson's got a new 22 here. 22X with even the thumb safety for me. There you go. I'm going to look at that.
I haven't looked at all of them here. Marlin, the Henry Big Boy.
All right, so I'm not.
Rossi Triple Threat.
What's the name of this article? Because I'm not seeing it on here.
I just searched the best tactical lever action rifles in it.
Okay, all right, let me try that.
Yeah,
I went to Recoil Web. Yeah, the Smith & Wesson 22 pistol. I do need some handgun practice, man. We were shooting. I stayed at my buddy Doug's last night. We were shooting out there, but it's one thing I've never really been consistently good at is shooting handguns, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I had to do my shooting for my concealed carry part. And yeah, something I don't do a lot of. I mean, I carry my Heritage with me in the summer for rattlesnakes, and I have birdshot in it, and that's the most handgunning I do because, I don't know, just so
What's that?
I just don't do much of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always, even when I was a kid, I mean, I had like the CO2, I had the 357 Magnum looking full size with the revolver, and I definitely was better at shooting that than I am. I'm kind of like that Toby Keith song. I'm ain't as good as I once was, but I'm not as good as I once was. I'm just good once, and I get kind of confident and I shoot again. And I'm like, what happened? What happened to that nice group or that great shot I just made? It.
Yeah.
I just don't put the time into doing it,
Yeah, me either. Guys should get out and at least a couple times a year just sit there and
I've been
work on it a little bit.
Yeah, we did. So my buddy Doug and I did as I talked about it on the stream on Tuesday, that it was the gangster hold, how much less accurate you are after 10 feet.
Yeah.
And they said like after 10 feet
hold on
past, people,
hold on here. We're close to getting started here, so stand by here. We're 20
Yeah.
seconds away. I'm going to turn you down. 20 seconds to go here, folks. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Heard around the world on my YouTube channel. Also, across the Dakota Territory on great radio stations. Have been with me for many, many years, and I do appreciate you. KGFX out of Pierce, South Dakota, KOLY in Mobridge, K-Fire 550, Bismarck, Mandan, KCJB in Minot, and on the western edge, the KLTC. Good to have you along, too. I tell you, it's that time of the morning here. It's time to get into some discussion. And who better to stir the pot than Jamie Breck to come on my program here from 701 Nation. Good morning.
Morning, Scott. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing good. It's going to be a beauty day today and tomorrow, man. It feels like spring's around the corner, but I really think that there's still another snowstorm coming somewhere.
I'm feeling that myself for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I'm on board with you on that assumption for sure.
Well, we do need some moisture in the country. It is dry out here in the Badlands. Well, it's called the Badlands for a reason, right? So it definitely works that way. All right. So before the show started here on the radio, we were discussing a few things, and we got some message. Somebody in Bismarck messaged me here, and they said that there's a No Kings rally in Bismarck.
Yeah, I like to call it
what
No
is that?
Brains rally. Yeah, well, they claim President Trump is a king and a dictator and all that. And as I said to you pre-show there, I mean, if he was really a king, do you people think he would allow you to have a rally against him and what he believes? And I mean, that's why I call it a no brains rally, Scott. They don't have any brains, and it's ridiculous, really.
So I was on at the stock show in Rapid City, and down in, I don't know if you know where the Hotel Alex Johnson, I think it's called, or something.
I do not.
I call it the Ivor Johnson all the time because I remember the Pistols.
Okay, I've heard you say that.
Yeah. Anyway, my wife and I were sitting having some lunch or whatever at this place. She's a food person, so I can't tell you what it was. And I see Rapid City has statues of the presidents all across and around downtown, and they have a little plaque on them that tells you what year and everything and what. Well, they just released the Trump statue down there, and I'm looking. We're having breakfast or lunch or whatever it was. Maybe it was brunch. Maybe that's what it was. Anyway, I look out and I see what I would consider, like, if you close your eyes, Jamie, and you think of a no king rally or whatever they call this, a king's rally, or and like people, what you have this, vision in your mind, right? And that's exactly what they look like out there. So after we got, and I may have said something in the restaurant, and it's the stock show, so I mean everybody's kind of on the same page with me, but I was the only one that said it, and but I had to go ask them. So after we got done eating, I had to go ask them because they're huddled around this Trump statue and all these signs, no king and or whatever, I can't remember. And I walked up and I said, "What are you guys doing?" And they says, "Well, we're protesting against Trump." I'm like, "Why?" And they said something, "Oh, he's a dictator and he's trying to act like this and this and this." I'm like, "Do you think," same thing. I said, "Do you think this would be legal if he was actually," and they were like, "You can't talk reason to these people." They just started screaming at me and
really,
oh my God, they were just yeah. So that was my whole, I was like, wow.
Sounds like fun, actually.
Well, I'm like, just looking, I'm like, this is how you're going to spend your Saturday. Okay, I guess there.
That's awesome. Man.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah. Anyway, let's talk about a few things. Before we get into the tactical lever action, which I never really searched that a little bit, but if people want to search that before we start talking about that's great. We're talking about handgun shooting and how some people, they do a lot of practice. They get out there and do quite a bit of it. I carry a pistol with me in the summertime with birdshot in it for rattlesnakes, and that's about the extent of my handgunning. I really should practice a little bit more. I really should, because what were you saying? With the 10 feet and in, most everybody's pretty accurate, I guess, at that point. But once you get outside of 10 feet, it gets to be a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, like I said, on Tuesday, I did a little segment about the gangster holding it sideways, and they said after 10 feet, people miss 40 to 60% more of their shots, and I said, there's no freaking way I'm gonna miss at 10 feet, no matter how I hold the gun, right? So my buddy Doug, he lives up by New Salem. We went out, we did a little range test yesterday, and I did not miss. And I mean, we squeezed the triggers fast, right? We just pulled it up and held it sideways and said some gangster stuff and then shot it.
Well, how do you know unless you do it, right? I guess, right?
Yeah, I will say it, and Doug is definitely, he's handy with the handgun, and he's far better than I ever will be. He did miss once. I think he went high with one shot and the rest of me put in, but I actually had a pretty nice group at 10 feet, right? So we kept going back. And then finally we said, let's just do like a regular hold and shoot, like your regular shoot. And that was, I think it was at 10 yards, not 10 feet. Yeah. And of course, Scott, I think I missed it once for sure, which ticked me off. Again, because I just looked at my group sideways and I'm like, yeah, because I've been shooting a little more handgun than usual. And I was pretty happy with what I did, but we got back there and then reality hit me again. And of course, my buddy Doug shoots a nice little, baseball looking group, bang, 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 bang. And then he takes my gun and does the same thing. And I tried, let me try it again. No, I don't know. I'm definitely going to start shooting more handgun, which is too late in life. And I told you before, my wrist is going to hell and my hand's kind of shaking a little bit, but, yeah, it makes me mad that I can't shoot a handgun better. So I'm practicing more.
Do you have your CCW where you had to do the shooting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I do.
Yeah. So I did mine a few years ago. I updated from one class to the next class so I could be just better, right? And did the shooting. It's surprising that how inaccurate I was I was like, at that range, how can you miss? And I did. I mean, it was like you got to put a certain amount. I can't remember. You have to put a certain amount of holes in, out of the shots. A certain amount of them have to be within this piece of paper and what have you. And we had to do it both right and left-handed, and do the same amount of shots both ways. And I'm left-handed on some things. I'm right-handed on some things. I shoot right-handed. But I think when I grab my pistol the next time, I'm going to shoot left-handed because I was way more accurate left-handed than I was my right-handed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I have shot left-handed just to do it. Yeah. For the, when I did my test, we didn't have to do the left-handed one anymore. But, I was kind of surprised at myself. Now, I'm not saying I was shooting nice little groups left-handed, but I was going, okay, I mean, if I had to do this, I think I could, I can make it work. Yeah,
somebody broke your right hand and you had to grab a pistol. You could still make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you got an auto loader, you just hook it on your belt or whatever there and push it down and cock it like that. I mean, I carried one in the chamber. I wouldn't have to do that anyways. But yeah, it was 7 yards. I think we started at, or 5 yards, 7 yards, and then 17 yards, I think. And I just took it last fall, and I think we had eight rounds on each target we had to do in the target. It's like your standard. What's a standard piece of paper? 8x11.
Yep.
That's so they all had to go in, and then it was timed. And I think in the final, we had got one practice round. I did the one practice round, and I said, I'm ready. Let's do it. Me and a couple other guys said, let's do it. And I think there was like 15 people in this class, but I missed twice. I think at 14 or 17 yards, one of them two. But I missed twice. I should have took a little more time and did it.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what, we're up against our first break. I'll tell you a little bit about when we come back from break time here. Talking with Jamie. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'm live chatting at the same time. You can always text it 701-425-6651. We'll be back right after these messages.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing because we understand the business of creating relationships is more than an interest rate. Agriculture is a foundation to the community, and we are here to help your operation expand, grow, and continue to the next generation. Talk to our ag lending team today.
Community looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
Piper's Auctioneers has your equipment needs covered this spring with Piper's exclusive equipment auctions across the upper Midwest, including Piper's regional equipment auctions in Bowman, Steele, Devils Lake, and Sioux Falls, alongside an incredible line of farm and ranch retirement auctions near Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and Halliday and Judd, North Dakota. And Piper's Premier Auctions, featuring the Tim Olson Construction Business Retirement Auction near Buffalo, South Dakota. For full inventory details and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to pipers.com.
Hey everybody, this is Riley Schreifer from Schreifer Red Angus. We would like to extend a big heartfelt thank you to all our family, friends, neighbors, and customers that helped make this past year a success. We here at Schreifer Red Angus are praying that each and every one of you has a safe and healthy calving season, timely spring rains, and a good start to all the hay crop for this year. If you're ever in our area and want to stop and go through the cows, our door is always open and you are more than welcome to swing in for a visit. Have a safe and blessed spring from Schreifer Red Angus.
Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's your tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran owned and operated. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
I'm Dale Paulke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner in ag lending. With our deep understanding and appreciation for the Western way of life, we proudly accept, respect, and promote the values that define our community. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or business owner, we are here to support your financial needs and help you thrive. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for all your banking needs.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors here with Jamie Breck from 701 Nation here. Good to have you along here today. I tell you what, Jamie, as we were discussing some handgun stuff, how I got some messages that came through here. And so first off, the mayor says, to be good in the modified gangster here, you have to grab your package and talk trash at the same time. Right? Josh says, for me, handgun to stay proficient, I got to shoot on a regular basis. Otherwise, proficiency goes down. I agree. That's with anything, really. I mean, you know, I do just so much more with my rifle on a weekly basis than I do with anything else. Josh asked me if I'm left or right eye dominant. I am right eye dominant, which is why I shoot right-handed. But for some reason, when I don't know why the handgun, I was way more proficient using my left hand for some reason. And then let's see, Mr. Bulge, good morning here. Dead wolf resistance. My knife throwing actually keeps my handgun ability from deteriorating. Very helpful. That's a good idea. I used to throw knives a lot, and I haven't done it for quite some time now. And Eric, good morning. He's on the Aberdeen area. Good morning, helping somebody move. Thanks for listening over in the Aberdeen side of things too.
Yeah.
So Let's
would-
see. Yeah, everybody's asking me if
Going-
I'm left eye, right eye dominant here, but yeah, definitely right
Mhm.
eye dominant. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. A handgun. I think I'm going to use my left side. Do you? I mean, I've been left-handed. They tried to change me when I was in school, going to kindergarten. They
Mhm.
tried to change me
Mhm.
from left-handed. They made me right-handed. They made me try to use right-handed scissors. So I started doing a little bit of everything.
Right-handed scissors. What the heck's that?
There was left-handed scissors and right-handed scissors. You don't know that?
No.
Really?
I just the first time.
Am
heard
I
it in
aging
54
myself
years.
like the oldest school in the world in Leahy Elementary out in the middle of the prairie out there? Or what am I doing
I
here? But-
believe you. I'm just saying. I just thought a scissors was a scissors, and I always grabbed them. I don't think anybody's ever told me there was a left and a right.
Yeah, what anyway, they tried to change me because it was looked down upon to be left-handed back in the day.
Mhm.
Or maybe that was just my area where I grew up. I don't know.
Ah.
So now I do a few things left-handed, a few things right-handed. I kind of switch back and forth on certain things, feel better one way or the other. And I don't know if that's probably not normal, I'm guessing.
You know, one thing I tell you that I did notice the way I shoot handgun better, and when I just point and aim, Scott, I actually shoot better. I don't know. And my buddy Doug's got this like the laser guns in his house and the little targets that light up, and I shot that, and he's like, that's like a record on my game here, and I shot like nice little groups, and I was just pointing. I said, yeah. And when we were shooting gangster style, that's all I did is point. I did not look at the sight. I just point and my sister-in-law did that. I remember I took her out, her and my brother-in-law shooting once, and she was shooting just like the 16-ounce little water bottle. I had them sitting out. She was hitting every one. I couldn't believe it. I said, how are you aiming? She just told me, she goes, I'm not. I'm just pointing at it. And I said, there's no freaking way. Yeah. So I said some more, if I could do that again. And I won money off her, like shooting against guys at 50 yards with the 20. She sniped them out. Yeah. So if I remember to do that with both eyes open, I just point and shoot almost like shotgun. I shoot really good.
Yeah.
It shocks me, but hey, weird things.
Yep.
Maybe a handgun or like Dan Brown out there in Dickinson.
But see, Brian, Mike remembers these guys. They know that there's
Really?
different scissors. He says you can't cut anything with the left-handed scissors if you're right-handed, and vice versa. And and there was they even said lefty on the scissors. I remember that imprinted on the side of him. But all right, so before we get into the second half of the program, I was going through social media the other day, and I tried to get this person to come on the radio, and he was like, "No, I don't want to do it." But there is and this is kind of interesting because South Dakota, they have trails in the Black Hills for ATVs, and they got snowmobile trails, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota has a lot of snowmobile trails. They have a lot of ATV stuff going on. North Dakota has a few snowmobile areas and trails in certain areas, but for the most part, there's not a lot of side-by-side ATVing going on. Where they want to do that, I know it's been proposed in the Theodore Roosevelt area and the park.
That'd be awesome there.
Okay. This is going to be a little longer conversation.
Okay.
Here's my thought. Well, anyway, first off, there's some proposed changes in Minnesota where they want to have stricter rules on the side-by-sides, ATVs, whatever ATVs, and how they're used. And it gets to the point where if you're a farmer and rancher and you just want to go out and check your fields, you'd be restricted to doing that. Okay. Now, I don't know everything. I tried to research it, but everything in Minnesota, you got to pay to get on their website. So I said, to heck with that. So the question I had for you is, and you just answered it, you would be in favor of of trails and going out and having fun. So here's my take on it, because I did it in South Dakota once. I had an ATV, went around, and it was a little bit jacked up and a little bit wide to get in some of the other trails. So I had to kind of stay on more of the gravel roads per se.
Mm-hmm.
And but here's why I didn't care for it. And this is why I only did it once. There's a lot of that stuff. You're going through people's pastures and going around their cattle. And I just don't know. I just felt really, really uncomfortable doing that. And I get it. It is still Forest Service property. And you can go ahead and do that. And the trails are made through there. But I felt really bad because, I mean, it was dusty and dirty, and you're kicking up all this dirt, and all the cattle are scampering around. And every time you came through, and even if you were going slow, some of the cattle were a little bit spooky about that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's. I don't think I would want to see it. I mean, you look at the Forest Service property around my place, and you're going to have to cross over private property in order to get there. And I don't really think that. I just don't feel that would be good. You know.
Well, I mean, we talked about the access thing last time I was on. Yeah, I mean, I get you on that for sure.
I mean, think about
there would be a lot of people that would want to do that, I'm sure.
Well, think about the Mattahey Trail, and if you ever been on that or bicycled it or whatever, and you go through a lot of people's pastures and cattle that way too. And I'm uneasy about that. I just don't think that that's right.
When I was younger, we used to go out and ride a horse all the time. I mean, believe it, it's one point in my life I did own some horses and rode them, but yeah, we used to go out to the Badlands and Killdeer Mountains. I loved riding out there. And then later in life, when I got into riding motorcycles more than three-wheelers and now side-by-side, I don't know. I would love to ride side-by-side out there.
Don't get me wrong. It is a great time. Like, you just even on the ranch here, just grabbing a couple beers and heading out and just going out and driving around. It is nice. I just don't want to see 47 people at the same time come zipping through and running around.
Right. And I have friends that, 8-10 of them go out to Utah and Montana and Minnesota and everything. And they do that, and that's just people I know. So, I mean, there probably is a whole bunch of them. So, you kind of got me thinking on that now.
That's my only take. I mean, I understand it's, probably a moneymaker. I mean, you sell passes. We had to buy a pass for our side-by-side down in the hills to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Spend money, and I get it. You got to spend some money, and it makes a little bit of money, and I'm sure it's a fun time. I mean, I get it. I mean, we get together here once in a while. We do a poker run. Just some of the neighbors get together, and it's a good time. I get it. There's no doubt. Doug says, can't they just drive around the outside of the golf course in Medora? Yeah, no doubt. And I forgot to tell you this other one here too. Wayne says, try shooting off the back of a horse. Try shooting a handgun off the back of a horse. I want to see Wayne hold it sideways and do the gangster off cowboy mounted shooting gangster style. Is what I want to see.
Drop the reins because you need that other hand to hold on to something there, Wayne, if you're going gangster style, if you know what I mean.
Well, how about a pistol in both hands and just use foot control to get your horses turned around. That's what I want to see.
Side by sides, and have you ever tried to drive by something with your pistol and your side by side and blast something?
I have not.
I'm gonna try it. Next, I'm going out Good Friday. I'm heading up to the farm. I'm gonna give that a go once.
I don't know how legal that is, Jamie. Just forewarning you right now. I don't know the rules on that, I guess. But anyway, we're up against our next break here, so stand by here. Jamie Breck's my guest. If you want to live chat here, or if you want to call in and talk, we're going to be talking some lever action tactical rifles. All right, Gene, Mayor, are you ready for this? It's something new that I found, and I'm looking into it. We'll talk about those next.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing because we understand the business of creating relationships is more than an interest rate. Agriculture is a foundation to the community, and we are here to help your operation expand, grow, and continue to the next generation. Talk to our ag lending team today.
Community looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, bowmanlivestockmarketing.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
Piper's Auctioneers has your equipment needs covered this spring with Piper's exclusive equipment auctions across the upper Midwest, including Piper's regional equipment auctions in Bowman, Steele, Devils Lake, and Sioux Falls, alongside an incredible line of farm and ranch retirement auctions near Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and Halliday and Judd, North Dakota. And Piper's Premier Auctions, featuring the Tim Olson Construction Business Retirement Auction near Buffalo, South Dakota. For full inventory details and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to pipers.com.
Hey everybody, this is Riley Schreifer from Schreifer Red Angus. We would like to extend a big heartfelt thank you to all our family, friends, neighbors, and customers that helped make this past year a success. We here at Schreifer Red Angus are praying that each and every one of you has a safe and healthy calving season, timely spring rains, and a good start to all the hay crop for this year. If you're ever in our area and want to stop and go through the cows, our door is always open and you are more than welcome to swing in for a visit. Have a safe and blessed spring from Schreifer Red Angus.
Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's a tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran-owned and operated. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
I'm Dale Paulke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner in ag lending. With our deep understanding and appreciation for the Western way of life, we proudly accept, respect, and promote the values that define our community. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or business owner, we are here to support your financial needs and help you thrive. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for all your banking needs.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Good to have you along here this morning, and good luck to those in the South Dakota side. Mountain lion season going to be coming up here to a close shortly. And yesterday, 3 cats, Jamie, were taken. And let's see here. 2 males, one 104-pound, one 134-pound, and a female that weighed 82. The Black Hills cat season coming to an end here shortly. But the weather wasn't very conducive for them down there to go cat hunting. It's been just too warm and hardly any snow down that way. So a little bit tougher. Only 28 cats have been taken compared to usually they're in the 40s by now. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wonder why they're down. Just because of the weather? Or
Yeah, it's hard to track them when there's no snow. I mean,
Okay,
definitely
gotcha.
a lot tougher, I think.
Did you see that picture of Marty Beard when the cat he had the tree and he's in the snow and he's taking a selfie with the
Yeah,
mountain
I
line right
did.
above. I think I got that on my phone yet, actually. It's crazy.
Let's see, Brian, before we get in, he says one of the Vietnam vets he knew could shoot a running coyote from a moving vehicle, but pretty sure he was one of those soldiers that got taught instinctive shooting. So I would say so. Yeah.
I don't know if I should admit it on the air, but I off of a moving vehicle going fast, I did shoot some. I can't remember if I hit the prairie dogs or right by it, but I did the reverse lead. When you're driving, you got to do like, instead of lead, it's called reverse lead, where you hold behind and the bullet trip. Yeah, it was with a 10-22, and I was pretty surprised. And the people driving are like, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to shoot a prairie dog on driving down the road here. Looks like, and before I forget, we were talking about auctions. Shane Wolf told me to tell you hi. I was texting.
Oh, Shane, okay.
Yeah, told him I was coming on. He said, "Tell him I said hi."
Okay,
we'll do, Shane.
Brian says anyone who wants to try their handgun skills can shoot at the USPSA at the Slope Area Rifle and Pistol Manning Range at 9:30 Mountain Time. So there you go. Get out there and shoot some handguns. All right. Are you ready to talk? And I didn't know anything about this. These tactical lever actions. I was going through some of the Cowboy State Daily website, and I don't know if people have ever read this, but Wyoming's got a really good website. This Cowboy State Daily, that you can get outdoor news, you can get government, politics, energy, and all kinds of stuff.
Awesome website.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. But the old-time lever action rifle gets a new life with tactical upgrades, and I was like, that sounds interesting. And it is. It's a new style on a lever action, and I don't know how long these have been out. I guess I don't really search out stuff like this a whole lot. But like I was telling you, I'm not a huge tactical guy. I have an AR. It sits there. I don't use it for much of anything. And I should.
I noticed that.
I should, because I had these two guys that came out shooting. They owned basically tactical companies. They own the companies that have all the upgrades you can put on these rifles, and they took my rifle, took it away from me, and 2 months later I got it back, and it is fit out with one of the nicest ARs I've ever seen, and the stuff they put on it just blows my mind. And
you had that when I came down antelope hunting there. Yeah, that thing is sweet. Yeah, you had a new cannon. I said, "How's that sound?" I didn't shoot it yet. What?
Yeah.
Put it out the window and blast it or something. Let's hear it.
So I'm looking at, so now they're doing tactical lever actions. So this is interesting to see if the mayor has anything to say about this or not. But so I started looking at some of the best ones, and you have the same website here from Recoil Web here, the top tactical lever action rifles that, according to them anyway. And so the first one that comes up here is the Marlin Model 1895 Dark Series. And I think this one, is this one chambered in 4570. And I like this one compared to the rest of them here. But what's your take on these tactical lever actions? What do you think?
I do have a lever action, and I've shot plenty of them, like most gun people. I like them, Scott. I don't like all of them. Some of them are pretty gaudy, but I do like that. Like you said, a lot of them are threaded too, so you can put a can on them. Like, you don't want to thread your old. I got a 30-30. That was my grandfather's. I'm not going to thread that, right? But these, I like them. I think they look, you can put they got the rail on the top for your scope or your red dot. A lot of them have, like the 4570.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably red dot that or put a LPVO on the top, right? Because it's not like to some people it's long range. To me, it's not. That's 200 yard and in gun for what I would use it for. But yeah, and then it's got the forend. You can put rails and lights, and then it's just it's a handy gun. If you like tactical stuff like this Marlin Dark, I do like this one. I don't like that cheek riser thing.
The cheek piece on it. Yeah, I don't care for that either.
Yeah, I would ditch that immediately. But I think that's a sweet looking rifle to me.
Yeah, I like the forend on it. Get some airflow around the barrel and what have you. I like that. Brian Wanners is won that Henry Supreme 223 in Baker during the game feed there. The mayor says his first tactical lever action was made in 1895. He says now they just put plastic on them. So
Yeah, they do. I mean, some of these we're going to talk about definitely have a lot of plastic on them. And Brian, anytime you want to have me shoot that gun of yours, I'll be more than happy to come out and we'll shoot it and afterwards have some beers and talk about it, man.
Yeah. Well, the other one here is a Marlin Model 336 Dark Series, which is basically blacked out. I mean, it's mostly plastic, right? I mean, that's mostly maybe carbon fiber. That's in the 30-30. I
do like the 30-30 chambering over the 45-7.
That I agree with you. Yeah.
And you tell everybody what you were telling me, what you thought the stock looked like, which I definitely agreed with.
Okay, so this one is the paddle stock. It reminds me of the old Ruger paddle stocks, and I'm not a fan of those rifles. I never liked the paddle stock look. I don't know if that's the right way to call it or not. I don't know.
And I told Scott I like them for whatever reason. I'm drawn to that. I do like the paddle stock, but yeah, it definitely is. You know, I like this too, Scott. Like the stock. What I do like about the stock on this one, it's got like the QD cups built into it, so you can quick detach your sling. And I see the foreend's got a hole for that on it too.
Yeah.
And this one's definitely threaded because you can see it's got the muzzle brake on it, that radio, but which I do like radio brakes better than other ones. I'm not saying they're the most effective, but I do like those the best. Yeah, you can screw that up and put a can on it, which I would 100% do. You know, and a lot of these they make them so for cans so they don't get blowback through where the hammer is, and they're not in the action.
Yep.
They kind of see. I think Henry kind of brought that out first, and I think most of them are doing that now. But yeah, that stock. I don't know if I like that particularly on this lever action. I would take it on a 308 bolt action Ruger or something. But
here's my, and this is my own opinion about paddle stocks on rifles. Is to me, I like a girl that has a nice figure, not an anorexic looking figure.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't know. I think most people don't find them very appealing, but I'm not that I like anorexic women. I don't.
I don't know if that's politically correct to say, but I did, so I'm sorry for
that. That's a good analogy.
So the next one down has a can on it here, the Henry Big Boy X model, and that I mean, it's still to me. I mean, it basically looks, if you take all the scopes and the lights and the can and everything off, it looks basically like a blacked out lever action rifle. So there's not a whole lot of tactical except for the Picatinny rail on top, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know where they're saying it's tactical. I think just because it's black, they're going to call it that,
really?
Right?
Okay.
And it's threaded. I do notice a lot of stuff they call tactical just because it's black, which, okay, whatever. You know, I say, oh, it's just like an AR-15. It's tactical, which you go the opposite, right? I do like them ARs with them Luke stocks you can buy and put the wood on them. Those things they're pretty cool. I wouldn't mind doing that, but man, that's expensive to do that. But yeah, this one's got, they got the LPVO scope on there and then the can, and yeah, this would not be my choice if I bought one.
So the thing that appeals to me on this is I always want to hunt with my lever action, but I don't like hunting with it because it's so loud, and I don't want to thread and put cans on. But something like this, you say 200 yards and in, I guess if it was chambered the right way, I could see using this for up to about 300 to 500 yards possibly.
I mean, just do like Gus McRae when the deer's out there dancing and laughing at you. You just remember that, and oh heck, what was that? Him and Augustus McRae, you know what I'm talking about, right? The TV series, yeah. And then he adjusted the scope he shot in front of him. And I think that was a 45-70. A lot of people shoot that long range.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, they got a different picture of it here. I guess this other picture.
The other picture looks a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah. There's too much junk on this one, really, I think. And a lot of tactical guys do that with their ARs too. They just too much stuff on there. And I'm going, you ain't carrying that very far, are you? Because you're going to get tired. Either that or you better be a big boy.
That's the thing. Let's go to the next one. The great grandpa's fever dream, the Rossi R95 triple black. And
we both agreed. We like their advertising poster here they got with the guy with the tactical rifle smoking the pipe and the short. I do like that marketing. That's pretty cool. But the gun itself is very plain. This is a very plain.
Yeah.
The more we're looking at these, I'm taking myself back to that paddle rifle. So far is going to be my favorite.
See, mine would have been the very first one here. Even
okay, I like that one.
Yeah, the last one, the POF USA Tombstone. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't like the long mags. I don't like those. They just
Okay, I'm
they get
different.
in the way.
I do like the look just because it tweaks people who think all you need is 10 rounds. No, I like that. I purposely, when I deer hunted years ago with my ARs, I put the big magazine. I didn't even load it. I just did it so when I take a picture, the FUDs would get mad. Yeah, I do like this one. This is chambered in 223, and it does take the AR mags, which I like. I mean, they're so standard and they're everywhere, and they work good. Man, this thing's expensive too, and they got the prices on here.
Yeah, it is.
Ouch.
Yeah, about
Wow.
$2,000 on the thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, and for sure not getting it. I don't like the looks of this one either. I do like that it's 223 and takes AR mag, but I don't do. Not very appealing to me.
Yeah, and the next one though, not too bad. The Tactifying lever actions, from Mad Pig
yeah.
Customs. I like the looks of those.
Okay.
Those are all right.
Yeah, these I like these. I will take that skeleton stock one. I'll take that green one just because I'm partial to OD green. It's kind of that anodized green too, right?
Well,
I would put the
So
LTV scope on that.
No,
That big thing.
I'm going to come back as conflicting what I just said about anorexid stocks. And I look at the skeleton one and I'm like, now I like that one.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it. I think if this one was green, one of the skeleton stock, I would be more apt because I don't like. Again, this one has that adjustable cheek riser. The skeleton one has it too, but I would have to shoot these to pick one because they're both sweet.
Yeah. So if a person were to buy, Gene Cox's plastic equals tactical. So, and it's
that does too for sure.
And and Eric says it's a marketing. Yeah, I get it. It is. But so if you were to get a tactical lever action rifle, would you put a red dot on it or a regular scope? What would you do or just run bare sights? What would you do?
I would put low powered variable optic on there and with quick detach ring so I could pop it off if I wanted to and use the irons a lot. You know what an LPVO is, right, Scott? It's big on it's like the bottom one right below that Wooks.
Yep.
It's just got the main tube. It's usually like a 30 whatever something millimeter. But yeah, my buddy, I'm talking about my buddy Doug again because him and I shoot more than anybody. But he's got one. Those are really nice, man. You can just drop that thing back and basically keep both eyes open for like up close, within 10 yards, and then take it out with a 10 power and then shoot stuff. So that's what I would put on it for sure.
Another message here from it says California compliance brought on the tactical live actions. So
yeah, I mean that probably did have something to do with it. People down there instead of having plain Jane something, they wanted a little tactical action, right? So I was talking about Wooks, that one below it here. That does have the wood stock on it.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of a wood. That one.
That's
I
pretty
like
sexy
that.
looking one there. Yeah.
It is. And that's nice. They got a nice cigar there and a little glass of whiskey and
a little brandy and a cigar and a lever action rifle
with a can on it. Yeah.
That's his class right there, if anything.
Yeah, it does. I do. That's why I said I like the AR ones. I think my buddy did that with an AK, and it actually looked pretty good, really. Because I was like, an AK, and I seen it, and that's nice, man. I do like that.
Yeah.
I'm not an AK-47 guy, really, but I mean, I'll shoot them. They're fun, but
never had an AK. I had an SKS at one
time,
time, and that was about it.
I like SKS. I think an SKS is way better, actually.
Yeah. All right, so we got to get to some of the comments here. Tim says, I was told and read that the recoil of a 45 1911 platform pistol was too great. Then I bought a steel frame 1911 and 45, and he's more accurate with that pistol than with the poly frame 9mm pistols.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that because my Colt 1911 Colt way more accurate because it's actual made heavy duty, right? Not to say that other ones, the ones that are all plastic aren't probably accurate too. It's just I'm not accurate with them.
Yeah, and Smith and Wesson's making, they have for a couple of years now, like the full size, and they're making their back something you can get the steel models instead of the polymers. Like I got an M&P 2.0. That's my full size handgun. They make it in steel, and I wouldn't mind having one of those for sure.
Yeah. Like Brian says, weight equals control, and I mean, there's no doubt. My go-to rifle that I have right now, my Creed in the big bull barrel I have on it, it is just uncomfortable to walk many, many miles coyote hunting with.
Yeah.
But I tell you, when you set up, you're not shaking anywhere. That thing is heavy duty and it reaches out and touches some things too. So, but
yeah.
So would
A heavy
you? So
rifle.
are you going to be looking at a tactical lever action now?
I'll look at them. As far as buying one, probably not.
Oh man.
I'm more than happy to shoot yours when you get one, though. Can I bring my pipe down when I do it?
Yeah, we got to have a pipe and a snifter of brandy, and go out. We'll go out and shoot. Like gentlemen. Right?
I'll get that haircut like he has too. Get real short on the sides there.
Well, that's mine every day, man.
I got it pretty short too. Older I get, the shorter I like it. It seems like so.
That's it. Text comes in: when delinquent night drunks first met rural signs, drive-by shooting signs became a common sight. By the looks of it, they're still doing. Are the people still do that? Still shoot signs? Really?
I would say not as much as I used to see it, Scott. But occasionally I do run by it, and I have the same thought. I mean, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't. I thought that was a thing of the past anymore.
It's pretty rare. I mean, I think when I seen it around my buddy, and he had an antelope tag south of Amanda, and I think I saw one or two signs that were hit, but definitely not as prominent as it used to be, in my opinion.
Riley Schriefer, I want one. Do it in a super trooper German voice. I want one. I want one.
Well, hang on, the Germans will probably come out with one now, right? What's the handgun company over there? I can't think of it offhand. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna buy one, but if I don't know. I like ARs and bolt actions too much.
Well, I'm gonna sneak on some of these websites that offer the custom ones here because I'm gonna see what I might have to do it. I might have to. I'm not a big one on buying more rifles anymore, but this one I think I could get some use out of.
You had Jake from Bloodline Kinetics on. Maybe he does that.
That could be. Yeah, I could see.
Maybe he do your custom one.
There you go. Yeah, I got a text. It says, it still happens around our place. People are shooting. He said it's high schoolers that are doing it, shooting at signs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's usually the one with the deer on it, right? And then they're trying to hit the deer.
I haven't seen those for a long time either. I got to get to bigger, more urban areas and get educated from all of you guys here one of these days.
Yeah. Well, come on down and talk to your No Kings buddies here.
My No Kings buddies, I'll go down to Rapid and see if they're still hanging out with the Trump statue down there.
Yep. So open-minded, their brains fell out.
They like to yell, don't they? Man, they're yelling. Golly.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
I just couldn't believe how much they just started screaming about nothing. But all right, which one of those rifles is the best at cycling? Seems like lever actions are notorious for jamming. Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, the newer lever actions I've ever had they're all pretty smooth, man. And especially like I bet you these custom ones are smooth as butter because there's no way you're gonna make custom rifles and they're gonna I think Gene was it Gene we were talking or texting back about that Ruger took over Marlin.
Yeah.
And I don't think Gene liked that, but everything I've ever seen, people are saying these Ruger Marlins are better than the one just Marlin had them. They're smoother and they're more accurate. And so I don't know.
I got a brand new 357 lever action that I need to get out and shoot that thing too. So, well, Jamie, I appreciate you coming on here. We can stay to the after show a little bit longer here, but
yeah, I'll get you a little bit.
Thanks for coming on here. Appreciate it. If you guys are tuning into my show across the Dakota Territory, thank you. Have yourself a great weekend. Eat some meat, drink some milk, wear wool and fur, and thank a private landowner out there each and every day. Have yourself a good weekend. All right, we'll give it a little bit here so the stations can make sure that we're turned down. What's this pop up here? Malware, improve your protection. Nah. Why would I do that? All right, let's make it all guns with Eric. No such thing as too many guns. Gunsmith friend of mine used to have them start at the door for a split foyer house and go all the way down the stairs and open basement all the way, come back up the stairs. Yeah, guns on. I think it'd be different if I had kids and had get somebody into shooting. But I'm at the point in my life right now. I use basically one shotgun, one rifle, and have one handgun that gets used. Everything else is just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like you are now.
Yeah, I have my go-tos and that's it. But I am setting up I'm setting up a new lighter coyote hunting tournament rifle. I'm setting up a new night vision rifle. I'm going to try to get rid of the heavy duty, heavy rifles and go with something I can get more miles on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you know, in the winter time, I'm always carrying my Ruger Predator 223, and in the summer I got my AR, and that's just because of the ammo. You know, the ammo that I use in my AR with that short barrel is slower, and when it gets cold, about 80 feet per second slower. So, and I like them both. But
yeah.
in my handgun, I mean, honestly, Scott, most of the time anymore, when I carry it, it's my Ruger LCP 22 center fire, the
Yeah.
rim fire.
Yeah.
So, and because it's so small, and we have tested it in gel, and the bullets opened up at, I think it was 10 yards we shot it. And went in 10, 11 inches, all of them, and opened up, nice little, trust me, you wouldn't want it going through you.
Here's Gene, the mayor says it just ordered a 22 meg bolt action with wood stock. The 22 meg, I had one at one time, and I thought, maybe I'm going to shoot prairie dogs with this thing or go after something. I didn't care for it. I really didn't like the 22 meg round.
Really?
I didn't. I like the 17 HMR way better than the 22 meg, so I got rid of that and got a different 17. And I was never a 22 meg fan. Never did.
17's definitely, I would say in a rifle, I would take a 17. In a handgun, for sure, 22 meg. I mean, the 17s, I think you can only get in revolvers and handguns anyways. But yeah, 22 Magnum for me is pretty much all handgun now.
See, no, I'd rather have a 17 in a handgun.
You're all about that. Yeah.
I don't have one.
There you go.
I
You
don't
wanna
have
get
one, but
that
like if you had, okay, Scott, you have to buy one of these 17 in a handgun or a 22 meg. I would go with the 17.
Okay.
I
I mean, you're locked in on a revolver then, because I don't think they make an auto loader, but you like revolvers, don't you?
I do like
Anyways.
revolvers. Yeah, I'm a wheel guy. Yeah. I like
No,
my
I was
girls with a little bit of curve to them, baby.
I was looking at, you got me on that website for your show, and I just clicked on the Smith & Wesson thing. I do like these Smith & Wesson revolvers. They got a rail on, and you can put the red dot on it.
Yeah.
I like green dots better anyway, too. If I say red dot, but green dot is the way to go. And then they add these new M&P 22X pistols here. And man, I like that. Holds 20 rounds, 20 round mag.
Yeah,
you can thread it. You can put it. Man, I like that. And you got the manual safety. I'm a manual safety guy. I don't know about you. I know a lot of people are like, fingers are safety. Not for me. I don't hold nothing against anybody for now on one, but when seconds in your life matter, seconds count. Well, I automatically draw. I automatically have it pulling my safety off. So
right.
It's not a big deal for me.
Yeah.
But I think I might buy one of these. This thing looks sweet, man. I do like Smith & Wesson products.
I do too. I like Smith. I got a nice wheel gun. I have had that forever though. That was my first big gun purchase, man. I bought it in I can't remember where I bought it at. Anyway,
357.
357. Yeah, it's just a great one. I just really like it, and I'm way more accurate with that than I am with any of my semi-auto ones.
So what's your trigger pull like when you do it single action, or what is it again? Single. I always get these mixed up. Single action when you just pull the trigger right in the hammer.
No, I believe single action you got to cock the hammer, pull it. Double action you can just squeeze the trigger and it'll pull the hammer back on itself.
Yours does that. I mean, what's your trigger pull on that? Is it pretty heavy when you do that?
Oh, absolutely. I always cock the hammer. I don't.
I do too when I shoot a revolver.
But I don't know what it would be. I haven't ever put the trigger weight on that scale on that and tried it. It's got to be heavy. Yeah.
I mean, I got a 22 revolver like that, double 9 it's called. And man, you do that and it's just, you can't hit. I can't anyways. But yeah, then you pull the hammer back and the trigger pulls butter,
Yeah. Dead Wolf says he loves his Ruger revolvers, and Josh says no safety on my EDC. Yeah,
and I've seen Josh shoot his. He's pretty handy with the handgun too. He shoots some nice groups there.
Yeah, maybe a guy should do that once in a while. Just take a handgun down to the prairie dog town and see what you guy can get done.
Didn't he do that with Keith Warren that time?
Oh yeah, we did that. He was a big he had a 10 millimeter 10 mm or whatever. That was the big thing when he was sponsored by Glock.
Is he
And
pretty handy with the side iron?
he
though?
was good. Yeah. I mean, but when your job is to go out and basically shoot things every day,
Right.
you better be handier. But I was going to tell you about the concealed carry thing.
Mhm.
So the instructor sent us what we needed to bring, and we had
Yep.
to bring 100 rounds of
Yep,
ammunition,
same.
right?
Same.
And I was looking through, I was like, well, I wanted to take my revolver. But I didn't have 100 rounds of 357. The only thing I had 100 rounds of was in 40. And I never, that pistol was,
Oh my
I had to snip the zip ties off of it and open the case up. I never used the damn thing ever in my life. So maybe
no way.
that was probably one of the reasons why I wasn't really
Well,
accurate
yeah, I
with
mean,
it as
good.
best as I should be. But
You don't shoot handgun very often and just flip the ties. I'll use this sucker.
the only thing and the bad part was I didn't need 100 rounds. It was like not even close, but I could see why, because there was one guy that was struggling to on his left-handed side. He was really struggling on it, and we had to actually somebody had to lend him some more ammunition because he was running out. So yeah.
That happened when I did it too, and then the instructor actually let the person use his, which was one of them staccatos, and he had the dot on it.
Yeah.
It I think he ended up passing with that, but like I said, there was like 14 of us, and then me and oh heck, I don't know, like 2 or 3 other people after that. You get one practice round, and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm not getting any better than this. Let's go. Let's do it. And, and I think 2 guys didn't make it through. Me and this other guy, he had a compact 9 millimeter. And he said he didn't shoot it much, and he was an ex-Marine. Well, they're never an ex-Marine, they say, but
Never.
him and I passed, and I looked over, and I was like, dang, I'm pretty impressed with that group with that little handgun, dude. It's like a 3-inch barrel thing. And him and I passed, and the one younger guy was with me, right next to me, and he didn't make it. I was looking at his target, and I was going, he goes, you think I passed? I said, no, I don't think you did, buddy. And he didn't. And another guy at the other end, he had a revolver, actually. He never made it, but the second time he did. But
I've got some messages here. Dead Wolf Resistance says, I shoot double action almost more accurately than the single action on revolvers. Eric says, I took my concealed test with a 22 pistol. That I should I don't think I own a 22 pistol anymore, except a revolver. Maybe that's what I should. I never even thought of that. I could have taken that.
That's all I got.
I have a lot of 22 ammunition. Brian Warner here, I have a Taurus 17. Yeah, that revolver. That's what I was looking at. Would have to put on a smaller front sight to hit Prairie Dog here. Beyond 10 yards of front sight covers everything. And then
I take it back. Yeah. I do got a semi-auto Smith and Wesson 22. Okay, go on. Sorry. Yeah.
Jesse, what time is the chili cook-off in Ram? They can start. I believe they start cooking this morning. The Calcutta is right like 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's right after the shoot and holler where every team comes up and they take a shot of Ouzo or McGillicuddy's. They can choose which one, and then they holler. Everybody hollers.
Do you guys at midnight then? Do you have a fireball contest?
No. If you can make it till midnight going to this chili cook-off, I'm going to be impressed. Because it's kind of about the chili, but every team, there's trophies given away for many different things, and so you decorate your booth, right? So there's for chili, for your decoration of the booth, how you dress up yourself. Then everybody brings their own homemade drinks. Right. So, and snacks. And I mean, I'm excited because there's a Mexican gal that does her own salsa, and it is so freaking good. And, but basically it's free. Like, I mean, and it used to be a lot bigger, but I mean, honestly, if you wanted to, Jamie, you can go grab a busload of people, come down this afternoon, walk around, drink all of their alcohol, eat all of their snacks, and sample chili. And just have get obliterated and you probably have $2 into it. You know,
Wow.
yeah, and then they go next door at the bar, and then they'll have a dance tonight and everything at the water hole and all kinds of stuff.
You know what I was going to ask you? Now that you don't have cattle,
I still have some. I got 3 cows.
wow. So when are you done doing helping everybody out and branding and doing all that and roundups and everything?
Probably mid-June, roughly somewhere.
Okay.
there is where the bulk of them are done.
I'd be in for coming down for a weekend there and shooting some prairie dogs with you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this weekend, then we could go to the chili cook-off.
Yeah, you know, our kid's got a volleyball tournament, so
Let's see,
I'm in that stage.
Josh says, I have a Taurus TX22 thing, runs good no matter the ammo I use. Okay.
How many rounds does that hold, Josh?
And then
Still
Eric,
listening.
they were picking on me for having a suppressor on it. I would love to have a suppressor or a pistol.
Man, I pick on people who don't. Okay, 15 rounds. That's good.
He said Josh also has an adapter for a suppressor that comes with it, and he says it holds 15.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen those shot on videos, and they do seem to run pretty good. You know, I had a Taurus once, and I was not a fan, but I mean, they kind of changed. You know, they get their poop in a group, and seems like they got everything running good now. But those TX22s and the videos, they make like a full auto trigger, like a binary trigger for them. Scott, have you seen that?
Huh?
They're only $100 too, and I mean, these things go full. It's
Really?
yeah, it's and they got a can on them. They just it looks super fun, man. And I'd say for home defense, I mean, that'd be pretty good.
Josh says,
any other one.
yeah, any other Taurus sim, yeah. Well, I got to remember with the Taurus I had, I think it was like I could use 410 shotgun shells.
Yeah, Judge.
Yeah, Taurus Judge. That's what I have. I think I have one of those.
Really? Did you ever shoot the Governor? Smith and Wesson makes them.
I think I have one of those.
Man, okay.
I'm telling you,
410
I
is
have a
coming
lot
up.
of stuff that I forgot about because I haven't opened my gun safe in a long time. I got to go
You
through
know,
that thing, man.
You ought to be doing is doing some shorts and putting them up there. You got them guns, just go like you're talking about getting more subscribers so you can do remotes and that. Man, I tell you what, you do that, Scott. You got a lot of people that follow you, and you would get a lot of subs right away. You get up to where you want to be.
I don't know, man.
You-
I got the face for radio.
Yeah, I'm sure you see some of these guys in gun videos. You're pretty boy compared to a lot of these cats.
Pretty boy. Dead Wolf says I got to move out there. I think I belong out in that country. I can do part-time ranch work and drive truck. Yeah.
I got a face for radio too, Josh. Especially the more wrinkles I get, the older I get. We were talking about that last night. My buddy's wife told me, you got to go in and get these shots on your crow's feet. I'm actually thinking about doing it.
Here's the thing.
You got to do it like every 6 months.
No. I was told by my lovely bride that the wrinkles in the crow's feet are because you smile and that means you're a happy person.
Okay.
So I'm taking it. Whether
What I
it's
don't
true
like
or not,
is when
I
I go
don't
on
give
my
a damn.
pontoon and I get a suntan, and then when I open my eyes big, and then I got like these big white lines where the sun doesn't get them.
Hey, that's okay.
I mean, I'm
So?
gonna be 55 here in about a month, so
Yeah.
whatever.
It is. You are who you are. It's the body that was given to you, right? Okay.
That's right. It could be a lot worse. There's no doubt
right.
about that, Scott.
All right, man. I got to get some things
Yeah.
unloaded off of a trailer here before I go in and do the Calcutta here today.
You bet. I'm gonna go watch some volleyball and all day, and probably watch a little UFC action tonight. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that,
Yeah.
buddy.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. Scott.
Okay, man.
I had every time I'm with you, man, I have a good time. Anytime, buddy.
Yeah. I'll give you a call here. I'm thinking about doing some different format on how I'm doing my radio program, and I'm
Okay.
gonna pick your mind on your restream stuff and
Oh, yeah, easy. If I can
Yeah.
figure it out, you certainly can.
yeah. I think
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you liking the show. Thank you.
All right. Catch you later, man.
Okay, see you, Scott.
All right. Have a good one. And everybody on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Bakalaka Durka, and have a great day.